When you walk into a supermarket, everything looks clean, organized, and abundant. Perfectly shaped apples, neatly packaged meat, rows of milk cartons, all suggesting a system that's efficient and reliable. But behind that polished surface lies a system that operates on a scale and intensity most people rarely see. Industrial farming, also known as factory farming, has transformed how food is produced around the world. It has made food more affordable and widely available, but that efficiency comes with trade-offs, environmental, ethical, and even health-related, that are often hidden from view. To understand the darker side, we need to start with how this system actually works. At its core, industrial farming is about maximizing output while minimizing cost. This means raising as many animals or growing as many crops as possible in the smallest space in the shortest time. For crops, that often involves monoculture, planting a single crop over vast areas of land. For animals, it means keeping thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands, in confined spaces. Take poultry farming as an example. In many large-scale operations, tens of thousands of chickens are raised inside a single building. These birds are bred to grow rapidly, reaching market weight in just a few weeks. Space is limited. Natural behaviors like roaming, pecking, or nesting are often restricted. This level of confinement isn't accidental. It's designed for efficiency, but it raises serious concerns about animal welfare. Animals in these systems can experience chronic stress, injuries, and disease. To manage that, antibiotics are often used, not just to treat illness, but sometimes to prevent outbreaks in crowded conditions. Over time, this contributes to a larger global issue, antibiotic resistance. When bacteria are repeatedly exposed to antibiotics, they can evolve to survive them. This makes infections harder to treat, not just in animals, but in humans as well. What starts on a farm can eventually affect hospitals and communities. Now let's shift to the environmental impact. Industrial agriculture relies heavily on chemical inputs, fertilizers, pesticides, and herbicides. These help boost crop yields, but they don't stay neatly contained. Rain can wash these chemicals into rivers, lakes, and oceans, leading to water pollution. One of the most well-known consequences is the creation of dead zones in coastal waters. These are areas where oxygen levels drop so low that most marine life cannot survive. A major example is in the Gulf of Mexico, largely driven by agricultural runoff from the Mississippi River. Soil health is another issue. Monoculture farming strips the soil of nutrients over time. Without crop diversity, the natural balance of the soil ecosystem is disrupted. Farmers often compensate by adding more synthetic fertilizers, which can further degrade soil quality in the long run. Healthy soil is more than just dirt. It's a living system. When it's degraded, it becomes less able to retain water, more prone to erosion, and less productive over time. This creates a cycle where more inputs are needed just to maintain yields. Water usage is also significant. Industrial agriculture consumes vast amounts of water, especially for irrigation and livestock. Producing meat in particular requires far more water than growing crops. For example, producing 1 kilogram of beef can require thousands of liters of water when you account for feed, drinking water, and processing. In regions already facing water scarcity, this can put additional pressure on local resources. Then there's the issue of greenhouse gas emissions. Agriculture is a major contributor to climate change. Livestock, especially cattle, produce methane, a potent greenhouse gas. Large-scale farms also generate carbon dioxide through machinery, transportation, and the production of fertilizers. Deforestation is often linked to agricultural expansion as well. Forests are cleared to make room for crops or grazing land, reducing biodiversity and releasing stored carbon into the atmosphere. Speaking of biodiversity, industrial farming tends to reduce it. When large areas are dedicated to a single crop, habitats for many species disappear. Pollinators like bees, which are essential for many types of crops, can be affected by pesticide use and habitat loss. Over time, this can threaten the stability of entire ecosystems. Now let's consider the human side. Workers in industrial farming systems often face challenging conditions. Long hours, repetitive tasks, and exposure to chemicals or waste can impact health and safety. In some cases, these jobs are low-paying and offer limited protections. Communities near large farms can also be affected. Air and water pollution from animal waste or chemical runoff can impact quality of life and health. In areas with concentrated livestock operations, the smell alone can be overwhelming. There's also an economic dimension. Industrial farming tends to favor large corporations that can operate at scale. Small farmers often struggle to compete, leading to consolidation in the industry. This can reduce local food diversity and make food systems more centralized. When production is concentrated in fewer hands, disruptions like disease outbreaks or supply chain issues can have widespread effects. Despite all of this, industrial farming isn't going away anytime soon. It plays a major role in feeding a global population of over 8 billion people. The challenge is not simply to replace it, but to improve it, finding ways to balance efficiency with sustainability, animal welfare, and long-term resilience. There are alternatives and improvements already being explored. Some farmers are adopting more sustainable practices like crop rotation, reduced chemical use, and improved animal welfare standards. Technologies like precision agriculture aim to use resources more efficiently, reducing waste and environmental impact. Consumers play a role as well. Choices about what to buy, such as supporting local farms, choosing sustainably produced products, or reducing food waste, can influence demand and encourage change within the system. Policy and regulation matter too. Governments can set standards for environmental protection, animal welfare, and worker safety, shaping how industrial farming operates. The dark side of industrial farming isn't just about what's wrong, it's about what's hidden. The system is designed to be efficient and largely invisible to consumers, but understanding what happens behind the scenes reveals the true cost of the food we eat. It's not just measured in dollars, but in environmental impact, animal welfare, and long-term sustainability. The question isn't whether we need agriculture, we do. The question is how we choose to produce food moving forward and what trade-offs we're willing to accept, because the way food is produced today will shape the world we live in tomorrow.